I mean, it's a production. You know, you've got to write it out. It's kind of got to be scripted. Otherwise, it's just going to end up being a hodgepodge thing. So, you know, if you want to, it all depends. Again, the content is not to be discussed here at this point in time. Um, you know, that's so far down the road logistically right now. But we talked that over. What do you want to show yourself doing? You know, what's going to be the emphasis on this video? Every video is going to have a different emphasis, and the content's going to have to be different in order to keep, you know, the spontaneity and the uniqueness and the originality in it. So, content comes a little bit later.
What are we talking about?
Talking about sponsorship for the server.
Sponsorship for what?
The server.
Pig Daddy put a suggestion out there, a general interest question, I guess, earlier today about C2C possibly sponsoring him as a player, and like a showcase player, and doing so through the YouTube channel by doing YouTube videos, amongst other ways.
In Battlefield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you were saying, when you record, I'm getting around 70 frames right now. I took it off,
User left your
cancel
channel.
off, so I blocked frame rates. And
Yeah. The reason frame rates is important is because when you're editing, you want a crisp, clear cut. The more frames per second you're getting, the crisper the quality is going to be. Final distribution is usually 30 frames per second for standard media. If you can release it in either, you know, at a higher frame rate, the higher the frame rate, the better the quality. Let's just put it to you that way. So in final editing, because you're dealing in not necessarily seconds, but you're dealing in milliseconds for cutting and for doing transitions. So if you're getting a screen rate of 70 and then we all of a sudden put your capture screen in there, that might drop it down to 60 or 50, but that's still better than 30. So, you know, we'll find ways of being able to tweak your computer so that we can improve that. But that's how the intricacies of your computer, your gameplay, final video production, that's how all of that translates into one another. Frame rates is the biggest thing because I can release video and do video production where I'm doing 10,000 frames per second. Now that involves, you know, expensive stop motion commercial units. But I can do enough stop motion and time-lapse photography just using my standard Canon gear and a lot of memory cards that I can do 300 frames per second and make some really high quality dynamic videos that have instantaneous transition where there's no content or no quality loss in your signals and your transitions. And that's where our, you know, if I'm gonna do something, spend some time with that, with C2C and back C2C on that, and offer my services for that, then that would be the big thing for me, is to ensure top end quality. Because if you've got top end quality for final release, people are gonna watch your videos better than something that was just put together with, you know, fraps.
Hello?
Hey.
Who's here?
Me.
And let me get my screen up. Oh, hi Doc, Dust, everybody. Dusty.
Yo.
I got Procon on my other computer running, finalizing the settings. So I think within the next round or so, I'd like to do the transition right when the round ends.
Sure thing, not a problem.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good plan to talk.
Well, again, you'll have to take that up with Blitz and whatnot, and see how it goes for through the rest of the group. Again, I'm just a new guy here, and I'm willing to help. So, and I've got lots of free time. I'm, permanently retired, and this is kind of the things that I do in the background anyway. So, I don't mind helping out, but I'm certainly not going to speak to about C2C. Again, you're going to have to go through Dust and Blitz and the hierarchy, and if that's something that they want, then it's something we'll do. You just happen to get onto one of my hobbies is stop frame and time lapse photography. That's just something I've been doing now for about 4 years, and it's just absolutely fun. It's just fun.
I would imagine it is. I mean, I've always been into photography. I have a one of those $1,000 Canon cameras. I can't tell you exactly what model, but I actually go to the races because I'm a big NASCAR fan, and then I go there and I do a lot of good pictures and stuff. Post them online.
Nice. So you're shooting in a lot of.
Earlier, I heard somebody talking about recording BF3.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
What is it that you use? Do you use a separate computer?
this is just straps for my recording.
What are you using for recording?
Yeah.
Yikes. It's gotta be some laggy ass gameplay.
No, I'm getting 60 frames. 70, 60.
Yeah, but you don't feel the input lag because your CPU is churning nasty to compress that that input. Like, I wanted to do streaming and some recording, and I kind of figured out that the only possible way to get the
To stream? Well, I don't use, I just use the stuff that Origin gives you, but I have used, DX Story.
Oh, I didn't realize that Origin one worked.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, it's probably minimal settings, and you're probably just like streaming really pixelated video.
You can change it to high, but then I get a lot of lag when that happens.
See, there you go. Yeah, 'cause it's processing that video. And that's where you can't have your one machine, especially the one that you're aiming at, doing all this crazy stuff all at the same time. At least that was my conclusion when my video recording and streaming really high quality video idea came up, but it was quickly shut down when my computer basically kind of took a shit when I threw all that stuff at it.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I don't have the money to buy 2 of what I have now, because remember, I'm just 13-year-old kid. I'm just 13-year-old kid. I don't have any source of income. I mean, shoot, even if I had a source of income, I probably still couldn't afford, you know.
Sure, not many people can go out and say, well, you know what, I want to play BF3 and record. I'm going to go out and spend $6,000.
Right.
So.
Yeah, what my plan was, I was gonna build like a $400 budget PC, and I was gonna run with my brother on Battlefield, and he'd probably get he'd get playable frames while recording, probably with a $400 budget PC. There's a way to make that work.
If you somehow got like the best freaking deal ever on used components for $400, maybe, yeah. Nothing off the shelf new, but I don't see $400 playing BF3 very well.
You can sacrifice a lot on the motherboard, get like a $70 or $80 one.
I've seen cheap motherboards, $80 motherboards, last people about 1.5 years, 2 years, and then it burns out, dead, need to replace. A friend of mine went through 3 systems like that. At a certain point, every time they blew up, he just says, fuck it, we're just going to build a new one. And he went cheap again on certain things that he shouldn't have, and it happened again and again.
Wow, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, so the last time he built a system, he finally spent, I think, like, our final thing with some donated components from other systems that we had lying around, like some hard drives, SSDs, of course, that knocked the price down, so we ended up building a really nice rig for about $1,500.
Yeah, you can build a really nice one for $1,500.
Yeah, if you want to go, like, upper end, like, not super retarded crazy, I would say 2,000, 2,200 would be a really nice price point, I think.
Yeah.
User
Then you
joined
need
your
to.
channel.
You running a crazy ass system, Doc?
No, not really. Just a slightly high i7.
Older ones?
First edition.
Yep, that's what I'm still running at, and it's starting to show its age.
Whatever. I'm running a 3.3 and you guys have i7s. Want to talk about age?
No, I have the original i7-920. I'm 2.6 gigahertz. This is from like 3 years ago that I built this thing.
Mine has more raw processing power, but I'm running a 3.3 dual.
Oh,
I think I'm at 2.7.
If you overclock to 4.0 with air, I'm afraid to pump that extra voltage in it.
Yeah, I'm not going to 4 hertz. There's no way. It's not even really necessary anyway, for at least what I do. Now I can see someone using it for some other reason, like if they just want to,
If I was going to keep my computer, I'd probably put the extra voltage into it just to fuck around and see how many more frames I got.
It wouldn't be that big of a difference unless you're getting bogged down, unless you're getting throttling with your processor.
Which I think I am.
Right. Which when the processor goes, holy shit, I can't handle this, I gotta slow down.
Well, it's actually advertised 4.0 with air.
I can't do 4.0 with air, I don't trust it. I know one of my friends that is overclocked one of his, I think it was like an i3. I don't know how many gigahertz he said, it was like 3.7, and he put a liquid cooler in it, and the first time he started up the system, after going back to BIOS, he blew it up.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, there was this old processor, he had an i7, you know, and he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna have this for my video editing, it's gonna be edit computer, and
So our server's looking tip top right now.
yeah,